Nina thought the worst was over. She was wrong. That evening her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. "Check your email." Her stomach tightened as she opened her inbox. And then she saw it. Private messages. Screenshots of conversations with Ethan, edited to make it look like Nina had been manipulating him. Pictures of her, taken without her knowledge, with captions making her look like a gold digger. And the worst part, a fake email exchange that made it look like she had tried to bribe a professor for better grades. Sophia had gone too far. Nina's hands shook. People believed this. She could lose her scholarship. And this time she had no proof it was fake. Ethan stared at the fake messages on his phone, sent to him by Sophia herself. At first he had almost believed them. But then he remembered. Nina had never cared about money. She had never been desperate for attention. And Sophia, she was the queen of deception. He rushed to find Nina, but when he got to her dorm, she was gone. His heart pounded. She wouldn't run away, would she? Not now. Not when he was finally ready to fight for her. Nina walked through campus, her mind racing. The past few weeks had been a whirlwind. Her scholarship was under review because of the false cheating accusations. Her friendship with Sophia was beyond repair, and Ethan was still standing by her side. But was that enough? She reached the library, needing a quiet place to think. But the moment she stepped inside, hushed whispers followed her. "She's the one who got caught cheating. I heard she seduced Ethan for answers." Sophia said she was always desperate for money. Nina's chest tightened. Sophia had made sure her name was dragged through the mud. She turned to leave when she nearly bumped into someone. Sophia. Unlike Nina, she looked completely unbothered. With her head held high and a smirk on her face, she whispered just loud enough for Nina to hear. "Guess you finally know what it feels like to be at the bottom." Nina's fists clenched, but she refused to give Sophia the reaction she wanted. Instead, she took a deep breath and walked past her. She wouldn't fight this battle with words. She would prove her innocence with the truth. Nina didn't sleep that night. If she wanted to clear her name, she needed proof. Proof that Sophia had orchestrated everything. She scrolled through old texts, emails, and voice notes. There had to be something. Then she remembered. The library. The cameras. Campus security had surveillance footage. If she could get access, it might show someone slipping the fake test papers into her bag. Nina grabbed her phone and called Ethan. "I need your help," she said, voice shaking. "Always," he replied. Ethan pulled some strings and got Nina a meeting with campus security. At first they were hesitant, but when they reviewed the footage, everything changed. The screen showed Sophia in the library, looking around nervously before slipping the papers into Nina's backpack. Nina clenched her jaw. There it was. The security officer turned to her. "This is enough to prove your innocence. We'll report this to the administration immediately." Nina felt a weight lift off her shoulders. Sophia had tried to destroy her. But now the truth would set her free. The next morning, the university board called Sophia in for questioning. First, she denied everything. Then they showed her the footage. Her face went pale. Her father, one of the university's biggest donors, was forced to watch as his daughter's lies unraveled. "This is ridiculous," Sophia snapped. "My father can." Her father raised a hand, silencing her. "No, Sophia," he said coldly. "I won't fix this for you." For the first time, Sophia looked helpless. Nina's name was cleared. Her scholarship was reinstated. Sophia. She was suspended indefinitely. As Nina sat on the campus lawn, watching the sunset, Ethan sat beside her. "You did it," he said. Nina smiled, feeling lighter than she had in months. "No," she whispered. "We did it." And for the first time in a long time she felt truly free. With Sophia gone, the air around campus felt different. Lighter. Nina walked through the hallways without hearing whispers or judgmental stares. For the first time in a long while she felt free. But something still lingered in her heart. Sophia had been her best friend once. Could she really let go of all the memories? Nina found herself standing outside the dorm where Sophia used to live. She wasn't sure why. Maybe for closure. Before she could overthink it, the door opened. Sophia stood there, bags in hand, looking exhausted. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Sophia scoffed. "Came to gloat." Nina sighed. "No, I don't know. I thought I'd feel better seeing you like this, but I don't." Sophia rolled her eyes. "Well, congrats, Nina. You won. This was never about winning." Sophia paused. For the first time, her expression softened. But instead of speaking, she grabbed her bags and walked past Nina without another word. And just like that, their friendship was over. The semester was ending, and with everything behind her, Nina finally felt like she could breathe. She had stopped working as a part-timer and was now fully focused on her studies. Ethan had insisted on helping her financially, making sure she didn't have to struggle alone. At first she resisted, but he reminded her, "You've done everything on your own for so long. Let someone take care of you for once." And so she let him. One evening, under the soft glow of campus lights, they walked near the fountain. Ethan suddenly stopped. "What is it?" Nina asked, turning to face him. He smiled, reaching for her hands. I need to say this." Her heartbeat quickened. Ethan took a deep breath. "From the moment I met you, I knew you were different. You weren't just the smartest girl in class or the one who helped me with assignments. You were kind, strong, and completely unforgettable." Nina felt warmth spread through her chest. "Ethan, I don't care about our past, about Sophia, or anything else. All I know is that I want to be with you. No secrets, no doubts. Just us." Nina's breath hitched. She had spent so long pushing him away, thinking she had to sacrifice her happiness for others. But looking into his deep, sincere eyes, she realized this was real. She stepped closer, heart pounding. "I want that too," she whispered. Ethan grinned, cupping her face gently before pressing a soft, lingering kiss on her lips. Under the moonlight, wrapped in his arms, Nina knew this was the beginning of something beautiful. College life felt different now. With the past behind her, Nina finally allowed herself to enjoy the experience. She and Ethan became inseparable. They studied together, grabbed coffee before lectures, and took late-night walks around campus. Ethan, though wealthy, admired Nina's discipline and drive, while she appreciated his unwavering support. Sophia had distanced herself, but Nina no longer felt the sting. For the first time, she wasn't weighed down by guilt. She had found happiness on her own terms. With finals approaching, Ethan often surprised Nina with food deliveries while she studied in the library. "If you won't take breaks, at least eat something," he'd say with a smirk. Despite everything, Nina remained focused on her goals. She wanted more than just a degree. She wanted success, stability, and a future where she and her family never had to struggle again. Ethan, on the other hand, was just happy to have her by his side. One night, as they sat on the campus rooftop, watching the city lights twinkle in the distance, Ethan took her hand. "You know we'll be graduating soon," he said, voice soft. Nina nodded. "Yeah. It's crazy how fast time flew." He smiled. "And after that, life begins. Whatever happens, wherever we go, I just want you to know I'll always be right here." Nina squeezed his hand, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude. For the first time in her life, she wasn't afraid of the future. 2 months later, graduation day arrived, and the air buzzed with excitement. The auditorium was filled with proud parents, flashing cameras, and students in caps and gowns. Nina stood tall, heart racing as the dean announced, "And this year's best graduating student, Nina Carter." Thunderous applause filled the hall. She walked onto the stage, tears pricking her eyes as she accepted the award. She had done it. From the crowd, she spotted her parents. Her mother, wiping happy tears, and her father, standing proudly in his best attire. This moment wasn't just for her, it was for them too. Ethan also graduated with a strong score, and when he received his certificate, he immediately found Nina in the crowd, grinning. After the ceremony, as families gathered to celebrate, Ethan led Nina to his parents. "Mom, Dad," he said, placing an arm around Nina's shoulders. "This is Nina." His mother, elegant and poised, smiled warmly. "The brilliant young lady Ethan won't stop talking about?" His father chuckled. "We're honored to finally meet you." Nina, taken aback by their kindness, greeted them politely. "It's a pleasure to meet you, sir, ma'am." Ethan's mother took her hands. "Anyone who makes my son this happy is already family." Nina's parents watched with pride, knowing that wealth didn't define success. They had raised a daughter who stood among the best through hard work and determination. When Nina introduced Ethan to them, they instantly liked him for his kindness, respect, and the way he cherished their daughter. It was a day of triumph, love, and new beginnings. Life after graduation had been a whirlwind of change. Months later, Nina secured a prestigious job at the biggest corporate firm in the country, a reward for her hard work and academic excellence. No longer burdened by financial struggles, she finally had the stability she always dreamed of. One of the biggest milestones came when she moved her family into a spacious, luxurious apartment in a prime neighborhood. The years of cramped living and endless sacrifices were over. Her parents couldn't contain their emotions the day they stepped into their new home. "You've made us so proud, my daughter," her mother whispered, wiping away tears of joy. Meanwhile, Ethan thrived in his father's company, proving himself beyond his family's wealth. He had always wanted to build something of his own, and with time he became one of the youngest executives in the firm. Despite their demanding careers, Nina and Ethan remained inseparable. Their love had only deepened, evolving into something unshakable. One evening after work, Nina and Ethan decided to visit a cafe they used to frequent during college. As they settled at a cozy corner, Sophia walked in. For a brief moment, old memories rushed back. The pain, the misunderstandings, but also the friendship they once had. Sophia noticed them, hesitated, then walked over. "Nina," she said softly, a nervous smile forming. Nina took a deep breath. "Sophia." A pause stretched between them before Sophia sighed. "I never properly apologized. I was awful to you. I let my jealousy ruin everything, and I regret it." Nina glanced at Ethan, who gave her a reassuring nod. Turning back to Sophia, she spoke. "We were young. We both made mistakes." Sophia exhaled in relief. "So, do you think we can start over? Maybe not as best friends, but as people who once meant something to each other?" Nina smiled. "I'd like that." They talked for hours, catching up on life. Sophia had found success as well. She was now working as a marketing strategist for a renowned fashion brand. She had changed, matured, and had come to understand the value of true friendship. As they left the cafe together, the past didn't feel like a burden anymore. It was simply a lesson that had led them all to where they were now. A love that lasts. Months later, Nina and Ethan stood at the altar, exchanging vows in front of family, friends, and loved ones. The day was nothing short of magical. Sophia sat among the guests, smiling warmly as she watched her former best friend walk down the aisle. If someone had told her years ago that she would be here, witnessing this moment, she wouldn't have believed them. But life had a way of healing wounds. As Ethan slid the ring onto Nina's finger, he whispered, "Forever starts now." And as Nina looked into his eyes, she knew. She had found the love, success, and happiness she had always dreamed of. The story teaches friendship, perseverance, forgiveness, and love. It highlights the value of hard work, staying true to oneself, overcoming challenges, and embracing second chances for a brighter, happier future. Thank you all for your love and support. Your encouragement keeps these stories alive. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more captivating tales. Stay tuned for more exciting stories. See you in the next one.